Donald Trump had an unhinged interview with Sean Hannity on Fox News tonight. Hannity struggled to keep a rambling Trump on topic throughout the entire segment.
Let me go back to the foreign policy.
I say a lot of things about it, but it's whatever I say about it, it's real bad.
But let me stay focused for just a second, if I may.
But Trump said something so alarming during the interview that the Biden-Harris campaign released a statement just minutes after the interview aired. I'll go over what Trump said and the response from the Biden campaign. You can always tell what the right is worried about when it comes to Donald Trump by watching Sean Hannity interview him. That's because Hannity will ask Trump questions and answer them for him in the question. It's like Hannity has no faith in Trump answering the question in a satisfactory way. And Trump's rambling answers prove Hannity right over and over again. So, based on that, we can tell that Republicans are clearly concerned about comments Trump made during his trial and since he's been convicted regarding lawfare. Hannity was practically begging Trump to say he wouldn't go after his political opponents if he's elected. Watch this wild exchange.
You said, I would be dictator for the day and just to secure the border and drill for oil. I thought it was tongue-in-cheek. I was sitting there with you. However, my question is a very serious one. You know, people are claiming you want retribution. People are claiming you want what has happened to you done to Democrats. Would you do that ever?
Look, what's happened to me has never happened in this country before. And it has to stop because...
Wait a minute. I want to hear that again. It has to stop.
Well, it does have to stop because we're not going to have a country...
And if you're
anymore.
elected, what does that mean? Define that.
Look, what I've gone through, nobody's ever gone through. I'm a very legitimate person. I built a great business. Everything's been... I have been under siege. Nobody's ever seen anything like this in this country. Now, in other countries, in other third world countries, or banana republics, as they say, a banana republic, we've become a banana republic. At the border, we've become a banana republic. With so many other elements of our country, we've become a banana republic. You take a look at what's happening with inflation.
Hannity simply cannot get Trump to answer the question about whether or not he'll pursue retribution for what happened to him. Trump just goes off on tangents no matter how hard Hannity tries. But Hannity has a mission, and that's to get Trump to say the right thing. So he tries a third time, but he should have quit while he had a chance. Trump decided to take this opportunity to make things even worse.
2% to 9 and 10%.
But focus on those that want people to believe that you want retribution, that you will use the system of justice to go after your political enemies.
So, number one, they're wrong. It has to stop because otherwise we're not going to have a country. Look, when this election is over, based on what they've done, I would have every right to go after them. And it's easy because it's Joe Biden, and you see all the criminality, all of the money that's going into the family and him, all of this money from China, from Russia, from Ukraine. During one of the interviews, I said, what about the $3.5 million paid to the Biden family from the mayor of Moscow's wife? What about that? And Chris Wallace.
At this point, Hannity has mostly given up, and he's just going to go with the flow. But after letting Trump ramble for over a minute, Sean decides to try one last time to get Trump to say that he will not try to punish his political opponents.
Will you pledge to restore equal justice, equal application of our laws, end this practice of weaponization? Is that a promise you're going to make?
You have to do it. But it's awful. Look, I know you want me to say something.
No, I don't want you to say. I'm asking.
But I don't want to look naive.
I don't want
what they've done to the Republican Party, they want to arrest on no crime. They want to arrest the person that won the nomination in a landslide.
Trump simply cannot give Hannity the answer he wants because that's not how he feels. He means it when he says he will go after his enemies. But that wasn't the only wild thing Trump said. He also had this to say about Roe v. Wade being overturned and sent back to the states, where some states have outlawed abortion and forced even teenage rape victims to give birth.
It's taken it off the shoulders of the federal government. Always they wanted it to be decided by the states. And Roe v. Wade didn't do that. It put it into the federal government. So now states are voting on it. And in many cases, it's more progressive, or I like the term liberal. You know, they want to get away from the word liberal, I guess. But it's more liberal in many cases, not in all cases. In some cases, they're going the other direction. But the people are deciding. And in many ways, it's a beautiful thing to watch.
The Biden-Harris campaign was clearly alarmed by Trump's comments tonight because they put out a statement within minutes of the interview airing. Here's what they said. Tonight in prime time, America saw Donald Trump consumed by rage and visibly rattled following his felony conviction, a man who has clearly snapped and whose candidacy is becoming more dangerous by the day. Donald Trump is so consumed with personal grievance that he does not care who he hurts, so long as Donald Trump benefits. That's why he sicked a violent mob on the Capitol in an attempt to overturn the 2020 election he lost. That's why he's pledging to rule as a dictator and calling for a bloodbath. That's why he thinks the extreme state-level abortion bans he made possible are a beautiful thing to watch. It's why the American people voted for Joe Biden over Donald Trump to begin with, and why Trump can never step foot back in the Oval Office ever again. Sean Hannity's desperate attempt to calm concerns about Trump seeking retribution failed miserably tonight. All Fox News achieved was proving that Donald Trump is unfit for office and shouldn't get anywhere near the White House ever again.